Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's fun scroll saw project video, going to revisit one of my older videos, and I'm going to show you a new video of how I make custom compound cut keychains over on the scroll saw. This uses the Steve Good Keychain Pattern Generator. That is a free program that Steve Good offers. It's usually linked at the very bottom of his blog pages. When you go to his main website, I'll link that down in the description box below. Now, when Steve made this program, he made it to where you would just make a flat keychain. I have never went on record and made a flat keychain. You know, I saw the program and I immediately thought compound cutting, but that was just my spin on the project, and I have made, and this is without bragging or anything, probably 500 of these unique one-of-a-kind keychains that are compound cut, but really cool and really amazing. I've given these as gifts, as wedding presents, as anniversary gifts, but really cool. I'll put the family name in them or whatever, but really cool. The way I make them is going to use a 1-inch square strip. You see here is the piece, and the word we're going to cut out today, just to show that it is custom, is the word custom, but really cool. I already have the pattern cut out and attached to our material with clear packing tape so we can see everything, and the clear packing tape helps lubricate the blade to keep it cool while cutting. Here is how everything will come out if you type in on Steve Good's program. There is my name. It says Artisan Pirate, and you can see here if you have a name that is not the same length as the first name, just hit the space bar and you will have a line appear there. But really cool. Sometimes you have to actually freehand and draw the end curve. It just depends on the length of the two names, but I always try to make two names that are of similar length. But really cool. And with this being compound cutting, we need to make sure that our scroll saw and our blade and the table are at perfect 90 degrees so everything will come out nice and crisp. I will test it before cutting with my 3D printed scroll saw square. But since everything is prepared, I'm going to head over to the drill press, drill all the pilot holes so we can come back to the scroll saw and start scrolling. And over here on the drill press, we're going to begin by drilling all of the pilot holes on both sides of the blank with a small drill bit, and then we will switch to a 1/4-inch drill bit to drill for the key ring. And we will head over to the scroll saw, and once I assure that it's at a perfect 90-degree angle, we will begin scrolling. I am using a number 5 reverse tooth scroll saw blade for all of the cutting on this project. And even though the material is 1 inch thick, the number 5 blade is doing a great and excellent job of doing all the cutting. I'm just going to both sides, occasionally flipping the blank 90 degrees to do the other side of the cuts. Just taking my time and letting the blade do the work. And after all the keychains I've made, some of the more tedious letters to cut out for me are M, N, S, any of the letters of the alphabet that have a tight or sharp turn. I always try to do those first just to get them out of the way. Steve Good done an excellent job of designing the keychain program that he provides for free over at his website, and I've made several of these, and I've never made them in the flat manner that Steve intended. I've always done the compound method, which you're seeing here. But really cool. I've made keychains out of several types of material: maple, pine, even a ripped down 2x4, cedar, ambrosia maple, and they all turn out beautiful and unique. If you guys like what you're seeing, I would highly encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me over on Instagram at Artisan Pirate. I'd really appreciate the support. Once again, just taking my time and letting the blade do the work, not forcing the material into the blade, but coming around here on some of the final internal cuts, and then all of the inside cuts will be done. And when I get done here, I will retension the blade and double check to make sure it's still at a perfect 90, and begin to release the two ends. And once I do the first cut, I will tape the material right back in place for support and flip the piece 90 degrees and do the other cut which will give it the three-dimensional look on the end. And I will proceed and do the same thing on the keyring side. And I'll tape it back in place and do the same cut. And all of the scroll work for this project is done. Now we will head over to the belt sander and do the initial sanding after removing the pattern. Just a light pass on all four sides. And then we'll head over to the workbench and proceed to sand it and give it some character with the Dremel tool with a sanding drum here. And you can sand these keychains to whatever grit you want. I just sand them until they look good. Using a sanding sponge there for the final pass. And then I will put the keychain on a hook and give it several coats of clear gloss protection. And once that is dry, I came back and took it off the hook and put the keyring on it, and the project was complete. And here we have the completed custom keychain made entirely over on the scroll saw using the compound cutting technique and also using Steve Good's Keychain Pattern Generator program. Thank you, Steve Good, for that awesome program. I use it a lot, especially if you guys follow me over on Instagram. You'll see how many keychains I have made in the past, but really, really cool. Really, really amazing. It came out awesome, and the clear coat at the end really made the grain in the wood pop. Here's a piece of the unfinished wood, and I'm unfamiliar with this material. I don't know what it is, but this is the same piece that I used to just cut off to make the keychain in this video. If anyone knows what kind of material this is, please let me know. As I said, I've made probably around 500 of these keychains, and they're all individually made. You guys know I like to do a lot of stack cutting, and with this, the uniqueness of it, and then the compound cutting method, you cannot stack cut these. It's an inch thick material, and I'm still using number 5 blades for the tighter turns in some of the letters and all. But it's just one of those projects where you just sit at the scroll saw and enjoy your hobby. I've made so many of these that I've actually prepared a little keychain blank here that I keep hung up on a nail out here in the shop so I can do quick setups over on the table saw and the thickness planer to mill out a bunch of blanks when the time comes. I get orders for these every Christmas. A lot of people get them as gifts, keepsakes. Had someone order a bunch of these from me a couple Christmases ago, and he ordered around like 10 or 12 of them, and he used them as Christmas ornaments. So that's another unique way to use these. Of course, they're made of wood, and if you use them as intended as a keychain, they will eventually wear out. You think passing them to people to go start the car, unlock the house, or if you put it in your pocket, it's banging against all the keys, or your pocketbook, you know, stuff like that. It's going to add wear and tear to it. I made my aunt one, and she keeps hers in her pocketbook, and it's held up pretty well, but I can see some of the wear and tear on it when I looked at it the last time. But just keep that in mind. These would just make great gifts. Here's 2 more that I've made. It says Artisan Pirate and Myrtle Beach, and these hang from the rearview mirror of my truck, you know, so that's another option for it. But really, really cool. Here's another one that's kind of longer that I made off camera that says Hot Wheels Collector, and this of course hangs with all my Hot Wheels cars, just something unique for me to have. But really, really cool, really, really amazing. As I said, Steve Good did not intend for this program for the keychain makers to be a compound cut pattern generator. It was just what I seen and wanted to do with it. He intended for you to take a half-inch piece of material and just cut it out one way and then have the keychains for that. I've never made one that way. I've always made them in the compound way, but really, really cool, really, really amazing, and a great, unique keepsake and gift to make or give to somebody. I hope you guys like watching me make this, and I hope you guys learned something in this video. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, and also follow me over on Instagram at Artisan Pirate. All my social media links will always be linked down in the description box below as well. Until next time, guys, that's about all for this one. Remember, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.